Yo, what's going on everyone? Cool here. Welcome back to another stream. Just quickly setting things up and we're gonna get straight into it. I need to pick out some music and then we'll get to it. And in fact, what better to use than Minecraft music itself? So let's grab that real quick. Beware of the adverts, because there's some pretty weird ones out there. Anyway, yeah, we're getting straight to it. I've got my chat open just in case. And we're gonna do Minecraft launcher. Yeah. Cool. We'll get right to it then. See my cool desktop. Woo! I turn that down a little bit for you. Yeah, definitely. In fact, I'm going to turn that down on my side because that is almost deafening. Right, cool. I don't know why Minecraft always takes so long to open, but here we are. It's okay. Anytime now. Well, I guess I'll start doing the intro so we can actually get into it while we get... Well, whoa! We can get into it when we get on the world. So, first things first, yes, I do sound very nasally. More than normal. I am ill. My nose has been non-accessible for the past week. So I've had a hard time breathing. Not to mention speaking. Yeah, so apologies for the nasality of my voice. But what we plan on doing today is actually going and getting the mountain started. But I decided before we do that, we need to stop the sale that's at my bookshop. I put a nice little sale on for the members that went up till yesterday. And I did 50% off all books, so yeah, I think we got a lot of profit. And in fact, we're going to go collect the profits in a sec, so that's always very exciting. Yeah, so down here then, of course, inside the shop, we can start collecting our profits. Always very exciting. I'll save you guys the restocking. Whoa, what is going on there? Right, Colossal has... Hold up, I need to send a message real quick. That's not Colossal. Right, that should be taken care of. Send the message, just hope that he can become a bit more aware of the prices, because I do put them in all the barrels. Ooh. Like, in here, I put it 5 diamonds a book, and he bought... What does it say? 2 days ago. Harry added 5. Colossal took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He paid 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 4 is 28. Now these are the big books right here. Sorry, I need to get my my chat back up. These are the big books. These literally sell out every single time. That being mending, unbreaking. Of course, like the ones that go on everything. Efficiency a bit more than normal, and then sweeping edge just sell out a little bit. That was paid for twice. I'm not sure why, but I'll take the diamonds. I always say, if you ever want to make this many diamonds, make sure that you create a bookshop. Oh, I can't be bothered to sort this out. It's too much to dissect there. We caught a major thief at least. People just need to pay attention and read each individual prices, because there's literally every single book in this shop is 1 diamond each, except when you come to Soul Speed, it's actually 5 diamonds each. So yeah, make sure you don't get caught out with that, Misfits. That's the wrong thing. Crafting table, and then boom, another 20 blocks. Easy profit. Absolutely easy. Right, we're gonna head back to the base, and we're gonna gear up and get ready to do this massive cliff. Oh, we should probably check our spectral arrows. I always forget those. Maybe people have bought some. Yeah, a few. Oh well, that's okay. Actually saves me sorting all of these arrows out. Alright, let's go do it. Let's go make a cliff. And yes, there is a wall panel back there that isn't actually completely built. Still missing a massive portion of it. Oh, it feels like so long since I've been on the server to do things. Like last time, I've got some bit of a video recorded. I need to finish that video and edit it. That was the last time I was on here. And I'm not going to say what I was doing because that would spoil the episode. Music is a tad bit loud. Don't know why, since I've reinstalled everything on my computer, every audio has just gone completely whack. Sorry, it's a bit of a nightmare to do that. Okay. Let's get that over there. We don't need that with us just yet. And then we need some more rockets. Oh, we're missing an ender chest. What happened to that? Did I really mind that? What is going on? I swear there was an ender chest there. Maybe that's why I had an extra one. Although, not sure at all. All of that needs sorting out. And in fact, I'm going to deposit that in the system. We'll be fine to do soon as I'm in the area today. Right, we're going to get a bunch of grass and we're going to start actually placing things down. It feels like so long since I've done any kind of terraforming. I don't really want to leave those, so... In fact, yeah, I'll just leave it. It's a stack of dirt. It doesn't really... It's not really anything to worry about, is it? Right, what I want to do today, then, is start with the cliff over here. I would like to sort of get this more flat and plateaued so that we can actually start building some of the things I've got planned. That would be nice. And we're not going to need a shovel. We're going to need a... sorry, we're not going to need an axe. We're going to need a shovel. So we'll put the choppy away, get the spoon out, and we'll be good to go. Be a nice relaxed stream, just placing dirt, creating a mountain. Not too big of a deal, hey? Just creating an entire mountain. It's okay. Is music just gone, or is it just being quiet? I can't tell. I think there's music. It's very quiet. Hold on, let me check that out. There is a bit, yeah. It's very quiet, but it's there. How odd. How very strange. I may end up switching the music, just let me know if it's not really too much. I know it's not right now, but hopefully it ramps up a bit. Very hopefully. It does sound it like it is, yeah. Ooh, phew. I may just go listen to like the Minecraft discs or something. I've got the 1.18 soundtrack on here, I think. Although I'm aware it's not too riveting. Yeah, I'm gonna change it. Hold up. Cool. That's not a good one. Right, there we go. Some cat for a start, that's always a good one. I'm gonna need some food, yes. Let's go grab some food real quick. I think yesterday I did start with the one hole that we've been digging on the server. That is very loud, hold on. Yeah, we started digging a hole on the server. And I realised, hey, I've got no food, I'm gonna starve down here. We finished the project, well, for the day, and then, yeah, we're just down here now. Grabbing the food that I meant to get earlier. Apologies that the screen keeps going black as well when I tab out. It's just Minecraft being buggy. For some reason I can't do a... oh god. I can't do a Minecraft capture, I've got to do a screen capture, which is why you see my desktop. And as so that I don't dox myself, everything else other than Minecraft is on my second monitor. Alrighty, let's get back to it then. That's the wrong box, there it is. Hey, Chunky! Good to see you, Chunky. Hope you're doing well. As you can probably tell, I'm not. Your boy is very clogged in the face at the moment. But it doesn't stop me making progress. Always coming back to the server, no matter what. But we're gonna get a good chunk of this mountain done today. I think I'm gonna try and get from there to here done. Not entirely like up to there, but still. Some good progress, hopefully. Want to get the structure down. We're gonna leave the trees till last, because that would make a really cool time lapse. Yeah, thanks. I've taken my mum's advice and had some tablets, some medication. Against my will though, because it doesn't ever do anything for me. I'm like, this is a waste of time and money. Oh well, hopefully it does work. Anyway, yeah, thanks for wishing me well. I'm sure I'll get better soon. My immune system tends to fight these things quite well. Do. Anyway, if you're still here, we should play at some point if you can. We should do something, because I feel like we've not actually hung out in ages, dude. We need to do it again. Could help you with the castle, or we could make a mini game or something. Loads of stuff we can do. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have a lot of dirt collecting to do, as you can see. I fill this entire thing game. Not gonna be exactly what I'd define as fun, but yeah. Probably play tonight, but I'm really behind on homework. Nah, don't worry, dude. It's okay. It's fine. You do your homework. It is a lot more important. Well, this is what my night looks like, at least. Placing millions of dirt cubes. You know, I should probably go grab a singular grass block so that it can actually start spreading. I say singular, I lied. We got two. Yeah, cool. That would be really helpful, actually, because that then saves me my entire diamond supplies at Liz's shop. I spent so much money there, and I think that's where my rest of my money's gonna go as well. Sadly. It's fine, I don't mind spending. I'm gonna grab a drink of water real quick, because I'm struggling to speak. Probably due to my face not being entirely usable at the moment. You know it's bad when you call your mum. I went on the phone to my mum yesterday, and she was like, "Ah, you're ill, aren't you?" She could tell within like the first 5 seconds of me talking. I was like, "Hello," and she was like, "Are you ill?" It's like, is it really that bad? Oh, God. I don't know if it's just the time of the year with it being like, it's cold. Your boy at the train station at 6 AM and on his way to work. It might be that. Just getting a general cold. But I think it was transmitted by my brother. I'm pretty sure. Little rascal. Nah, I'm kidding, he's cool. It's fine. We'll deal with it. Oh yeah, I should probably address me being like an hour and 15 minutes late to stream. Not that it really matters, because not many people are here, but sorry. I kind of got roped into doing chores in the house and stuff. Finally finished my 6-hour Teams call, and then I was like, yeah, I'll be able to stream in 5 minutes. Nope. You just basically tidied the entire downstairs. Hoover, washed plates and bowls and stuff from last night, and just, yeah, it's a lot of work. So apologies I'm so late, but we're here. Probably going to stream for 2-3 hours. Unless I get messages from people to play things with them. But I don't know if I'll ever say yes to that, because your boy's got a mountain to do. I've been putting this off for so long. I'm gonna go shriek real quick, because we got some bad things that are gonna start spawning soon. That was a blatant miss. I was so confident on that being a hit, but nope. It wouldn't be. Although I'm pretty sure dude is just around this corner. There it is. I love Chirp. What a vibe. Right, what I want to do is quickly take a step back. It's not going to look great. And in fact, it looks pretty horrific. What I want to do, though, is just sort of visualize the shape of this. Because we've got some pretty big jumps, like here. We've got, like, 4-block jump. I need to sort of feel that out and see how I want to do that. Because I could always just do a drop. However, that might be pretty lame. I might, to be honest, need to just redesign that bit. Although, it would be cool to have it kind of slope. Like, a big slope. And in fact, I think that's what I actually designed it like this for. I don't think this was accidental. I think this was core going. Yeah, we're doing big old slope here. What's in these? Oh, good lord. Oh my god, I'm so bad at arrows. Well, that was mildly terrifying. Alright, yeah, we can grab those back. Oh, we've still got all this to do, too. Still got to encompass all of this here. Ooh, cinematic camera. I love doing that. Yeah, that might be for another stream, because that in of itself is a good, like, 30 minutes progress. And I actually want to start getting the dirt platform in today. Oh, okay. Right, so what I want to do now is start on one of the big sort of leaps. So you can see up here, we go up in kind of layers. We have one layer here, one layer here, another kind of here, and then one at the top. And we have these rocky jumps because It adds some difference in the terrain, that's all we really do that for. So what I'm thinking is, if we come out and do our first big leap, that will be up to about here. And I would actually like to start putting a futuristic road through this thing. So what I want it to do is cut through the landscape here and go in a bit of a spiral staircase up underground, or spiral road, like in a car park or something. And then that will have kind of like a road, or at least here a pathway, but I would like a road that goes up into some kind of underground depot. I think that'd be quite cool. Let's get in some water. Here though, I think what we need is just a path that goes up through the terrain. And I would like it to curve, which is why I am doing this. But aside from that, we're just going to keep coming out with this. Now, I'm not going to fill this the whole way. I just want it to kind of symbolize what I'm doing with that. And I'm going to focus on the dirt today. I'm not going to put any stone in, I just want the dirt. In fact, I might do stone, because then it just kind of like gives it the difference. Kind of solidifies that plan a bit more. That's cool. Obviously looks really strange at the moment, I'm aware. Don't worry, you don't need to tell me how weird it looks. I just want to get it started out. And in fact, I did say I wanted to just get the blocks down for the sake of it. But what I'm thinking is actually completing this so we get a bit of a taste for how this works. So what I'll do is I'll come over here. I'll grab a box of moss. And then we'll grab some of the little bits that I use. Where was it? This one here has some slabs in it. But yeah, we'll grab this and we'll start working on this area. And I might just go through the thought process with you at the same time, because it always adds to it, doesn't it? Okay, so we want to get, basically the idea is, a bit of a stony patch in here. Because of how vertical this goes, grass doesn't grow like that. It simply doesn't. That's not how grass works. So what we need to do is introduce some grates, some stones. And what we're doing with the moss as well, is we're going to start to blend it. So we start to get this sort of grass to mossy, like a greeny grey. Sorry, grass to moss, moss to this mossy cobble, cobble to this, and then slowly get lighter, if you understand. So we're just basically creating a bit of a gradient. And yeah, that's all we're doing. So to do this, I always like to get the shape in place first, which is what we're going to do with the stone. And then we're just going to swap out blocks where we feel the need to do that. So we're going to bring that up. And I'm just going to create a bit of a shape. We're going to adapt it as we go along. And just create a nice little landslide looking thing. Or slope. It's not a landslide, that's a natural disaster. Although, you could probably say that this looks like a bit of a disaster so far, right? Promise you it will look better. It will look okay soon. Okay. So that's kind of the shape that I want. We're going to go through and just add in a little bit more. And we'll add the slabs and the stuff afterwards. I just want to get this in place for now. And then we come onto the pathway over here. So, I'm going to bring the stone in. And the path's going to slope through a bit slower than this. So that's okay to me. In fact, I do need to go a bit lower with that one. Just like that, that's good. Cool. So hopefully already that will look okay. And that actually looks like old style Minecraft terrain right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start getting a bit more shape to it, a bit more colour to it as well. And the colour should really sell this thing. That's the goal. That feels a bit tight there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to widen this a bit. I'm going to remove this for now. That was a general guide. We don't really need that. Just going to pull this through. You can see the fans down there. Oh my god, it's core! Okay, that's good to me. So that'll be where the path finishes, and that should be then in line with this, and then that can just join the floor. So we can then start to get the texture in, except I'm gonna go downstairs real quick, IRL, and say hello to my dad, because he's just got home from work. Also gonna grab a drink while I'm there, because I'm very thirsty. So I'm gonna be right back. Stay tuned. I promise I will be really quick. Alright, we are back. Apologies for that. Oh, we come back to Stal. Amazing. Love Stal. Real quick, just take that text down. There we go. Yeah, apologies for that. Just real quick, gotta say hi, otherwise my dad will barge in, and that's not great. because they'll end up saying my name, and that's probably not the worst to be concerned of. He does like to, you know, barge in, say what he wants. Probably say some things to ruin my chances of a YouTube career on here. We're gonna bring this up. So this is the colour that I was talking about. We bring this mossiness in. And again, it looks a bit strange for now. I actually am not a fan of this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slightly modify this. One rocket just for that. Lovely. So yeah, like I say, I'm just going to start taking out some of this. And we're going to start replacing it with some of the colours we want here. So around the edges, we're going to use moss. That moss is going to help us transition into mossy cobble from grass. Help us get that luscious sort of hue, tone, whatever you want to call it. I'm not an artist, I just play Minecraft, place blocks. Alright, and then we can start to blend it into some stone, i.e. cobblestone only. Not too much of it though, because we do need to actually go back to using mossy cobble. And then that mossy is going to blend back into dirt. So you can probably see that's how this whole thing kind of goes. If you look over there, you'll see exactly that. Sometimes if it's a bit of a smaller area as well, we'll probably just only use mossy cobble. No need for cobblestone or andesite, we'll just stick entirely mossy cobble. The music's very funky. And you probably guessed as well, I don't actually want this here. This is all just for the same thing, just replacing it. And we're out of moss. Just kidding, we've got some right here. Some, I say some. I think I bought 14 shulkers with moss. Which I think I actually got for a bit of a bargain. Stuff's fairly easy to get. I think you can maybe set up a moss farm. Probably possible. At this rate, I'm probably going to have to do that myself. Setting up a moss farm, because this ain't going to be cheap if I keep having to buy 14 shulker boxes of this stuff. I'm sure it'll become a very regular thing. So you can see it's kind of like taking shape now, which is really cool. Or taking colour rather than shape. We still need to get some of the greens down here. The less greeny greys, more just pure solid greens. And if I've got enough coarse dirt, I'm actually going to go make some... Sorry, enough gravel and dirt, I'm going to make some coarse dirt. Because a little fun thing about grass is it doesn't actually grow properly on steep areas. So we would start to see that. And we'd start to see some, well, grassless areas. And yeah, potentially a bit darker, drier looking dirt. It's a bit malnutritioned. Which is where I would like to introduce it here, because we are actually encroaching that sort of, this is a bit too steep for grass sort of area. I'll try and use it a bit sparingly. It would be cool to have it in a couple places, maybe here. But for the most part, we're going to try and reserve that because it's kind of expensive. I do have a very disposable amount of gravel. But yeah. I think for the sake of the shape and stuff, we don't want to force any weird angles. Just kind of let it flow, let it be natural. Alright, we're going to start to get some of the interesting shapes in. So if we start to look at this, we can see we've got some pretty samey areas. So what we're going to do is just add some slabs where we feel it's a bit boring. And we're going to be taking extra care with where we place them. I actually think I'd like to get some green concrete powder in here, but yeah. I'm not listening to Minecraft spooky noises for an hour, I'm sorry. It ain't happening. I'm not doing that. Okay. So if we take a little step back here, we can see it's starting to look better. Of course, going to keep adding in all those little bits. Okay. Now, next step is going to be adding in a little bit of a nicer texture, a bit more of a different texture where we get sort of a bit of the same pattern happening over and over again, that being the cobblestone. The cobblestone's really repetitive. That's a difficult word for me. And we don't want to just see that over and over. So we're just going to add in a bit of andesite, break that texture up. And that's starting to look quite okay. When we get the bone meal and the leaves and stuff, it will look a lot better. We're actually generating a bit of a mob farm up here as we keep building. So we've got to keep on top of that. A bit of lag then. Okay. Yeah, so I said we'd get the bone meal and stuff in place, but we do actually need to wait for the grass to spread before we can do that. Might be a better idea to actually build out of grass, except I'm not that rich, sadly. I have a lot of dirt. Okay. I think if we go over here to my little composter machine, we probably have quite a lot of bone meal in here. Because every time I check up on my iron farm, I drop all of the poppies into this thing. So we have a bit of bone meal. Just collect that right now. I would like to check on the iron farm, except I don't really want to, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a burden checking on that thing, honestly, because I never have inventory space when I'm over there. That was a terrible bone meal. That's better. So we'll put some bone meal down in a bit because I like to do it all in one go rather than just when I can do it. But typically what I'll do is I'll remove the flowers so that I can have my own flowers later. You know, red and yellow are a bit contrasty, so being able to put my own pink ones in, for example, would be a lot better. Yeah. Sorry, just answering a text real quick. So let's add those greys in, and then we're going to go immediately back. I actually don't want to put too many greys in, because while I would do that if we had the height space to work with, we don't in this, unfortunately, so it's going to kind of mix a bit of it in every now and again. But we're going to be very sparing with that. Like, even that to me just looks like quite a lot, so I'm going to try and strip a bit of that out. What we can do is we can use the glow like, and that's a trick that's kind of known by a lot of people. I think I even heard it in one of Grian's videos maybe like a week ago. Yeah. You see, glow liken's a bit of a strange colour. It's like a grey, greeny, tealy blue. But in all of those hues, it's so dark that it can almost be just considered a grey. And because it's partly transparent, you can kind of overlay it on... what are we even talking about? On moss. And it will gain a bit more of a grey hue to it, which kind of helps with blending, so there you go. If you're ever looking for doing a bit of blending, and have the energy and resources to go and get glow lichen out of all blocks, go for it. It's a fantastic block. I think you can duplicate it by bone mealing. If not, you've got to run around the cave and shear the stuff, but I'm fairly sure bone meal works. Last I checked, it works. Right, we are creating a bit too much of a mob farm for my liking down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get away real quick, grab some light sources, and we're going to head back to that because, I mean, while it's dangerous down there, it will also cause the server a bit of lag. And if you know me, you know I'm all about stopping that. So we're going to grab some frog lights, almost sea lanterns, that's not the right block. Grab some frog lights because I've got a load of them, and we're just going to place them down. Annoyingly, this thing, as I build more, is going to get more and more of a mob farm. You can see I already took efforts to light that up over there. To make sure all of this is not causing server lag. Won't actually cause me lag because I've got entity culling on. Yes, I did fix that. And I do realise, actually, everyone's always like, cool, light up your base. I think it was Cammy last time, because they were over here and blew up a bit of the base. Didn't say anything. Cammy, you should always say something, but it's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start integrating the lights as I go. And that way I don't have to run around and make sure everything's spawn-proof afterwards. Spooky noises. Is that the... That's the new disc. Right, we're going to change again, and we're going to go with some lo-fi this time, I think. This is, again, Minecraft music. In a second, because you know YouTube likes it's terrible ads. Honestly think it's appalling how they can even get away with that. Double no skip ads. That's what I get like 90% of the time. I'm not even kidding. Double no skip ads, as in you've got to sit through 60 seconds of ads. Sometimes. I think it's ridiculous personally. We should all start to boycott YouTube soon. I think it will happen anyway. No one in their right mind likes adverts. Not if they're not getting anything for them. I think it's ridiculous that they can get away with that. Okay. Cool. So it is actually okay up here now in terms of lighting. Needs to get a bit more moss around the place. Moss carpets, that being. I need to figure out what blocks I want to use for this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go in the route of stone. So I have this block palette over here. Where is it? There it is. You can see the sort of blocks it is. It's actually polished andesite, regular andesite, and stone bricks. I think it creates for this super crispy looking texture. Looks really nice in my opinion. So in the future we'll probably do something like this, carving through here. This might just be like a seating area or something here, I have no clue. Because actually, I'm going to be terraforming everything out here. This probably is going to get some custom trees on it at least. I don't actually want to touch most of this that much. This needs reshaping into a bit of a peninsula. Shave off a bit of this excess here. and then some custom trees and stuff. But eventually, this thing will become a really nice area to just come and watch the sunset. I think the sunset actually happens over that way, so maybe the sunrise. But yeah, it should still be a nice little seating area. If worst comes to worst. Right, and now we are just after all of this grass to spread. And we should see absolutely zero mobs spawn. Should. Emphasis on should. But yeah, this is cool already. I'm enjoying this. And I think we might actually have some of that material over here. In fact, if we've got stone and andesite, we've got that already. So let's quickly just grab some slabs and then we can get to doing that. Let's grab 44, no reason. We definitely did not need that many stone bricks as well. However, it just happened. I don't really care. Right, let's do it. So using these, we also need some andesite slabs. They are a lot less common. I would say if we're going percentage-wise, we've got like maybe 40% andesite, polished andesite, 40% stone brick, and then maybe 20% on the andesite front. Really not much at all though. And getting this right is really quite challenging. As much as I always love doing this in Minecraft, like creating my own landscape and stuff, gotta say it's challenging. Because at the start you basically got nothing to start off. Like, the entirety of this is all custom, like this doesn't happen in Minecraft. But when it's done, it creates for some insane looking landscape, if you look over here. It's like some of my proudest work on this season is this cliff here. Very cool. When we get the coral reef sorted down here, it will look super nice. But for now, we focus on the actual structure of the base rather than the details. Hence why we're not doing the custom trees right now. As much as I'd like to make a start on those. And some reworking of the terrain as well, which I am going to do around there. I need to add some height variance and stuff like that. So you can sort of see what I was going for with this now, hopefully. Like, the path makes its way through the terrain and sort of snakes around. Probably going to have a tree here or something. And then this path will link up to something. I'm not sure what. It needs to transform into a different type of path. Although the temptation to just do this path all the way around the base is quite high, I must say. It's very high. And what we'll see is this path really does pop. This block palette pops when we get the green in. It looks really cool when we get that in. So we do that, we'll get the mossy in next. In fact, that needs to be a bit more of moss on that corner there. Okay. Right, I'm gonna grab some grass and then we can just sort of sprinkle it as we go. Because for one, I don't want to entirely build out of grass. And then I also don't want to just like have it always dirt and take forever. So I'm going to just boost it along with some grass. Maybe just a stack, although I'm not too sure. I must say it's getting challenging to manage all of this block mess that we've got here. Again, why I'm all for an inventory update. In Mojang's defense though, this isn't too many blocks. Maybe 6 different blocks that I'm using. In fact, it's probably like 10. But I've got multiple stacks of each, so that's probably the fault we've got here. Okay. So we'll just put that grass in here. Fingers crossed that will start to spread. So just start to place some of this in. It's going across. We'll bring the moss out and around the bottom of it. Just do it real rough to start with, and we'll get the finer details worked out as we go. Not a big deal. Speaking of big deals, we need to make sure that the sale at the shop isn't actually on anymore. See, it says on the roof, well, it doesn't say on the roof anymore that there is a sale. In fact, it says nothing, but the barrels do indicate that it is still 1 diamond a book. So, we need to go and fix those prices. I'm considering putting them up to 3 diamonds a book though, because of just how many people are on the server and how many people are set up with diamonds at this point. If you've not got an income, then clearly not so bothered about making a shop. However, that might be a little cheeky way that can force people into getting involved a bit more. Aha, you can't afford my books, you should make a shop. Seriously, this community will really get going once people have decided to make shops. That's kind of like a really important part of multiplayer. Is sort of being able to rely on people. for certain things, not everything, but to sort of be able to go, hey, is there any way that I can get some terracotta? Oh yeah, I sell some. It's in the shop by Cammy's food shop. Amazing. We've got a terracotta shop. But we don't. No one takes the liberty of getting these materials. And I feel like a lot of it comes down to laziness, unfortunately. Like, yeah, no one's really going to want to sit for hours and slave away at getting terracotta. And it's not going to be the most popular of blocks. In fact, I don't know. I feel like certain people design builds based on the materials they can easily get. That's not me. Me who designed this portal and this village ahead at the start of the season before I even had access to end rods and sea lanterns and concrete. But it didn't stop me making a farm for them or going and gathering stacks upon stacks of sea lanterns. Again, sorry for the nasality in my voice. It's not anything I can help. If I could, I would. I'm really sorry. I don't really feel confident streaming today. I'm quite tired and quite ill. But it is quite relaxing for me just to sit here and work through this terrain really quite slowly. Just getting in the thought process while I do it. Talking you through the different reasons for different things and all that sort of thing. Just take it slowly. Because with how difficult this terrain is to do, the level of detail involved in it, you kind of just have to do that. I'm going to take off that. That's a free cam. And in fact, that's a really good way of seeing it, isn't it? We can just free cam. Saves us 10 rockets. Right, what I'm noticing is this side here is actually getting a lot better with the... That doesn't work, that does it? This is getting a lot better with the dirt spreading. So what we'll do is we'll wait for this to all spread, and then we'll get the grass on. But what's important is actually just going to be leaving myself space to decorate here, because we've got bushes, we've got shrubs, we've got rocks. And that's kind of about it for decoration. We could have a little hut here and there, but as far as the base goes, I want most of the structures to be major structures. So maybe the bits that are off a bit are like, maybe like a solar panel farm, or I don't know, a transformer. Some kind of energy converter. It's Minecraft. We got everything we can do. It's really nice to just, you know, place blocks, not have to plan things. Always a big advocate of make sure you plan your builds. Then you just know things. You know a lot more. If you plan your builds, you know the sort of resources that you want to get. Well, you know the exact resources you want to get. Down to the amounts of each block, right? You know this. If you plan your builds, you know everything about them. But I must say, it's really nice not to. And it kind of it makes me feel a bit guilty. I'm not planning my builds, what's going on? You know? Mm-hmm. Refresh stream just in case things are happening. Nope. No, they're not. Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna need to move that. Honestly think the reason why stream's so quiet today is just the time of day that I've chosen to stream at. But it's okay. Okay, guess I don't have andesite slabs. They go in here. Perfect. Cool. So you can see that sort of shape has now properly come together. I want to do some things over here next. I think I actually want this to come all the way out. I think we can make that work. It's just going to take a bit of reworking of this terrain here. And I'm aware I'm wasting tremendous amounts of dirt that's not ever going to be seen. However, if it gets dropped, it's gone anyway. I'm not going down there to collect it, so it's okay. I'm honestly quite fine with losing dirt here. Not too important. Really isn't. That goes for a lot of the blocks here. I guess it's a bit dark over here. It feels dark anyway, so I'm going to add another little lamp in place. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's have a look how the grass is getting on. Almost there. Right, this needs reworking here. It's a bit too steep. This here needs a rework in my opinion. I think honestly, if we just bring a lot of this terrain forward here, I should probably do it. Yeah, I think so. Don't like that. I think in the right place that could work. Definitely get some of the 3D aspects in here with the carpets. That looks okay to me. It's a bit weird with that overlay on, but again, not permanent. Right, we are going to take a trip to the shopping district real quick with a shulker box. We're going to go and buy a lot of Alyssa's stock. What can I say? It's my probably favourite one on the server aside from my own. I do really like spending my diamonds there. I feel like it's earned because it's one of the only servers, sorry, one of the only shops on the server that relies on manual harvesting. I know Cammy does that, but it's silly that Cammy does that to me because you can get all of the stuff that Cammy gets from villagers rather than crafting it. Like pumpkin pies, I can get like a stack for like 5 emeralds. Don't know the exact figures, but things like that, easy to get. You can get all sorts of food items from villagers instead of crafting them. I think cakes are even one of them. However, Alyssa's shop is cool in a way that it's all manually harvested, and it isn't anything that you can get from villagers. I don't think Alyssa really has the patience to work with villagers anyway. That's not an insult, that's like... Who does have that? It's okay. Okay, that should be good. And for once, I've come to buy exactly what I wanted. Without overspending. Yay! Awesome. Alright, let's head home. Whoa. It's a lot of enchanted gold swords. I do not want to get hit by those. I don't generally want to get hit at all, to be honest. A silly thing to say. Experiencing a bit of server lag. Might be on me though. Probably is just me like loading chunks and stuff while streaming. So yeah, this is looking cool already. I'm glad we went with the staged approach rather than just simple Minecraft terrain that goes up and up and up and there's nothing ever to it. Doesn't even get like you know what we've done here with like the steep parts and the dryness of it. It's a bit boring, but what we got here is, I'd like to think, a lot more exciting than classic Minecraft terrain. Anyway, actually start getting some of the stuff in here. I'm gonna say the reason why I bought grass, like yeah, I'm aware you can get it through bone meal and stuff, and for the most part that is what we're gonna be doing. However, where we've got coarse dirt, you can't actually bone meal coarse dirt. I'm like spamming. Oh my god. I don't know if you can hear. I'm literally spamming right click. What we've got to do is manually put it down in the places we want it. Which means, yeah, we've got to come through. We've got to do that. It's okay, really. It takes a bit more effort. And that is not what I wanted to do. Just ruined our terrain real quick. There we go, back to normal. Right, yeah. Take out a bit more of this. It's a bit too much moss for me. Okay. So, as I tried to do, we'll get that throughout. Now, we've got the poppies keep popping up, and I think red's a cool colour, because it kind of contrasts quite well with that cyan colour, in a way that feels a bit cyberpunky, and that's kind of cool. That's kind of what we're going for. So it's looking better now we've got that in. This is looking really bold down here, so we're just going to add in the occasional thing. Have the carpets in where we can. Right, cool. Yeah, as I was saying, I think we're going to add some rose bushes and stuff up here. Because it's a really cool colour. I like it a lot. However, like I said, we're going to get rid of all traces of flowers for now. And hopefully that looks a bit better. Yeah, looks cool. I like it. You can see that blend between the grass and the stone. Really works well from afar. And in fact, if we go stand over here, you'll probably not even be able to tell. Well, you can't tell if you can't see it. But yeah, you can see it sort of gets a bit drier. Drier looking from a distance. That's cool. Nevertheless, if you like walking next to it, it adds detail, it adds interest. Which is what I am all about. Now, as the last thing that I want to do in this area before we move on to probably going around that way, is working on the overhang. So if we go into free cam real quick, that's the easiest way to see it. You can see we've got this kind of like harsh line between grass and stone. And what we actually want is something like this over here, where we've got sort of overhanging dirt that kind of sort of traipses down the side here. Hard to see with the world being cut off here. But yeah, we're going to get this dirt that dangles over the side and feels kind of cool. So that's the next thing we're going to do. So I'm going to put away a bunch of stuff here. Strictly want dirt. And in fact, I think we're going to grab some stone too, because pillaring is made a bit easier with stone. In fact, no, it's not. It's not at all. What am I saying? In fact, it might be. I'm not sure. Whatever the case may be, I want a pillar with this anyway. With stone. And you can see we've got to work on this area too. May end up doing coral reef here as well. Right, so we're going to come next to it, like here, and then we're going to start just adding dirt to it, so... I used to find spamming it helps. It's important just to get the dirt down in my experience. Just get the dirt in place and then just build and build and build until it's at a point where you're like, yep, that looks acceptable. And then just leave it, because messing with these things is just, most of the time, more hassle than good. More likely to make it look a bit full on. A bit too much. Might be good. What I need to do is actually come down to a lower level once I've done this part, and then just do the same thing. But yeah, like I say, we'll do that when we've done this part here. Which is, to me, the most important part, just actually getting some blocks down. But yeah, we've made some real good progress on the mountain today. It's a big project, and I'll fly up and show you how big in a sec. But it's such a mammoth project that little projects like this, or little progress, is big progress. Like, we've got this here that we're working on today. But if we fly back, that roughly here is just a quarter of the entire thing, right? What we've got to do is we've got to connect all of this back to here, build a mountain here. Got to do the same over this way. Except it's not as big this side. It's probably the smallest quadrant. This has got to all come over here, then another cliff here. And then this has got to all connect up over here to another cliff. And I've got to do a lot of terraforming over here and clean up my starter base. So, yeah. Building a mountain, at least in my sort of standards, is not an easy project. Not at all. I really value decoration and time spent on things as well. So I would rather it take a long time to do this. And be making... It might take us 50 streams to do this, but if it does, that's fine. That's okay, as long as it looks good by the end. I do not want to put the buildings that I've got planned down on a surface that doesn't look good. I think there's a saying to do with that, like a common thing. People say. I honestly don't know what I'm trying to think of here, but it's like you make a Michelin star meal, right? And you put it down on a platter that's dirty and it's gross. No. You see what I'm saying? Like, the food then becomes as bad as the surface that it stands on. It's the same sort of concept. I don't know why I'm making analogies to explain a Minecraft building insight thing here. But what I'm trying to say is the surface matters probably more than the builds. Because a build is a build. A build might look cool, but the environment is probably 10 times more important. So the trees, the actual ground, the terraforming, the rocks, everything like that is so much more important to me. Than the build. And that there actually looks really good. Now I say that I'm not trying to be egotistical or things like that, but I must say when I haven't worked on something like this for so long, I kind of have to get warmed up and get back into the swing of things, but I've kind of just jumped back in here today and it already looks okay. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to grab some more rockets real quick, because we've done so much flying about. That needs to go before I leave it there eternally, and it occasionally annoys me when I go past. Oh, I see you now. God, underwater combat is like the worst. Right, let's stand up here. We might switch on the shaders for this as well. Although, I think I prefer it to be daytime to do that. That looks better to me though. When the grass spreads as well, it will look doubly as good. If we get some plants up here as well, I'm sure it'll look okay. I think to me it looks a bit weird. I don't know why. I genuinely have no clue why it looks so weird to me. Maybe it's the bottom. If I look up, it probably doesn't look nearly as bad. But looking down, kind of weird. But yeah. I can kind of see where I'm going with it now. Very quickly put on reimagined shaders. The build's super important, looking good in vanilla, but it's always a treat to see how good it looks afterwards in survival. What? Sorry. In shaders. In survival? Cool, does it all in creative? Oh, and then I forget that free cam actually doesn't work with shaders. Yes. Makes a bit of sense. I'm gonna have to take the old route of flying up and viewing it. I am not offended by that. It's always a good start. So what we've got done today is actually just a structure, right? We've still got the decorations to do, those being the plants, the bushes, the stones. That's all the really important bit that comes next. And to me, that's fine. We will get that done. Not today, but we will get it done. Yep, that looks a bit better. It's just that corner looks a bit weird for a second then. Still could do with maybe getting a moss carpet there. But what I need to do now is run around and sort of mark out where the trees are going to go. And we'll use warped planks to that just because it stands out quite a bit. So I'd at least like maybe 2 here. One on the edge. And one back here. Probably going to be fir trees if you really want an exact type. However, no stone plans just yet. It's just, this is what I think I'm going to do. Like, seriously, I don't have any sort of a clue. I'm actually not going to put any trees there yet. Need to figure out the terrain around it first. Okay. Oh, I'm doing bad things. I shouldn't be building out of that. Cost me 1/3 of a diamond, that stack. Ugh. Good heavens. Alright, we are going to keep some of this quite flat up here because of the trees, you know? We're going to have a nice area. It's got to look okay in terms of texturing. However, when we get sort of bolder spots, that's when the shape shines. Because again, trees don't really grow on areas like that. Apologies if that was a bit fast. Okay. So these are one of my many shaders that I downloaded recently. These are complimentary reimagined, aka the best shader in the game. We've also got these ones, which I found. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. In fact, they're quite beautiful. I think one of the problems with these ones is the... what was it? The water, I think, was the problem. It's a bit too high res, I think. To the point where it's a bit on the sort of like fuzzy side. Very, very pretty. Just a bit too high on the occurrence of that pattern. Then we've got Nostalgia. Very nice shader. I love this shader so much. That's probably one of my favorites. Coming close to Complimentary Reimagined, but not exactly second. In fact, it probably is second. It's simple. There's a tiny bit of motion blur. The water is like a lovely sort of texture. Lovely hue to it as well. Cloud reflections, not much. Wow, words. Don't think you really see that. Cloud reflections. But overall, this one's kind of cool. If we go over to the next one, probably looking at, yeah, Continuum. This one I don't like for the lighting. Like, the water's cool. I like the water. It's not too repetitive. Not over a short scale, at least. Water's kind of cool. My only issue is the lighting, like I say. Not only does it get, like, pitch black in darkness, but yellow lighting is just not something I enjoy in shaders. Like, if we come over here, you'll start to see, like, how yellow some of the lighting is. And that's not always just because of torches being fire yellow. I'm talking sea lanterns are also giving off, like, an orange emission. Not tasteful, in my opinion. I feel like they should be more ray tracing oriented and just emit the colour of the block. Complementary are cool. Not as good as Reimagined, but they both serve different functions. Reimagined gives this sort of Minecrafty look to it, whereas regular Complementary is just... It's nice, it's a classic shader. Water's good, it's not obtrusive. Shading's good. The lighting's a bit yellow. But can't complain, it's a good shader. Yeah, I like this. It would be like a first pick for me, but Reimagined is just so much nicer, in my opinion. Reimagined being this one, by the way. Not only has it got like vanilla style water, which I think is really cool, it adds this froth effect around the edges. And the clouds are like marshmallow Mario style clouds, and I just, oh, I want to eat them. It's so pretty. That was a weird thing to say. And then next, of course, we've got like BSL. Obviously a giga chad when it comes to Minecraft shaders. I love BSL. It's in top left, some decent frames. If you looked at the other frame rates as well, notice it's a bit higher than some of the ones we looked at, but it's a good shader. I like it. The only thing I wish that we could get is a bit more fog, because I can see the edge of the world. Now that might be something we can change. Ooh. That might be it. And in fact, that is it. And what we should see at night time is the Aurora Borealis, which is the Northern Lights. A good feature of Complementary Reimagined, which I really wanted in other shaders, but just never looked around for. Also, on this, you can set some nutty settings, like this, for example. This is the world curvature settings, and it makes me feel a bit queasy. I do like this setting, it's just, yeah, a bit ridiculous. I think, honestly, if this was set a bit lower, like potentially half of what it is now, Sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I'm trying to figure out the setting that I just changed. There we go. Yeah, maybe if this was like that, maybe that would be better. Because then it curves and stuff, but it's not as harsh. And this setting's probably a lot cooler when it comes to flying. Not bad, but Minecraft being a flat world is something I've been used to for... I don't even want to say how many years. 11 years. So yeah, it feels a bit weird. Being, a curvy world. So we need to look at fog settings for this. Probably gonna have to wait till next daylight cycle because the aurora isn't gonna be visible when it's raining, sadly. Very sadly. Alright, well, we've got to keep placing the dirt then. That was the grind for today. It's getting all the dirt in place. Right. You know what? I'm going to end the stream because it's a quiet one today. And I actually fancy just listening to my music rather than just, like, sitting here mindlessly talking to basically myself, let's be honest. So I'm going to just, yeah. And I'm pretty sure my food's going to be ready soon anyway, so I'd have to end stream and then maybe start it up later. But it does just give me the freedom now, just not streaming. So I thank you for watching if you have been here. And I guess I will catch you in the next one. Bye.